What is up, Z Fighters? It's Manga Avengers, and we are on part 4 of this What If, thanks to you guys. So please continue to like, comment, and subscribe because we are halfway to 6K. Let's try to reach that before the end of January. After all, it's been a while since I uploaded, and the algorithm may have forgotten me. So that'll push me back in on its good side. Because I couldn't finish the series by December, I'll add the characters in this What If into the movie continuity, dubbing them part 1.5, etc., which will be interesting. This is to show you guys I'm grateful to everyone who already subscribed, and 5K is already a lot. But shameless promotion over, let's jump in the video. With the defeat of Cell and future Gohan returning to his time, peace has returned to the present timeline, but it would still be hectic because not only did Goku have a son named Goten, but Raditz also had a son with Bulma named Trunks around the same time. Those two would be raised with an insane amount of love. Goten showed great potential at a young age, but unlike Gohan, he was not a crybaby and he didn't want to become a scholar. So Chi-Chi let him train with his dad whenever they had some free time at the ripe age of 4. Goten would love learning new things from his dad. Proper ki control, which means he learned how to not only fly, but become the youngest Super Saiyan at only 5. Same would be the case for Trunks. Raditz would train his boy at 400 times gravity, and when Trunks found out Goten turned Super Saiyan, he also strived to achieve the form by 5. Whenever the cousins met, they would always fight one another to see who got stronger. It was a constant back and forth with Goten winning one day and Trunks winning the next. Goku and Raditz would see this amazing growth and not only come up with the idea of teaching them grade 4, but switching up teachers. So 1 month Raditz would teach and spar with the boys, and the next Goku would. This would keep them on their toes and things fresh. And as to not fall behind and get stronger themselves, Goku and Raditz would not only spar each other when they're not teaching the boys, but also spar against the Super Saiyan toddlers in their base for a good workout. That is until Goten and Trunks turned 6, and Gohan also noticed the growth. If I don't start training again, they'll surpass me by next year. And with that, the whole family is training together and the results would be ridiculous. Though even with this year of training, Gohan would look on with envy when Goku and Raditz went all out as Super Saiyan 2s, the teen not learning how to do it in this timeline. But as he ponders what he needs to do to get stronger, he gets a tap on the shoulder from the Supreme Kai and Kibito. Do you mind if we have a word? Because of all your high power levels, I believe a threat called Majin Buu will soon be coming. Gohan looks at the Kai in confusion. But in a faraway desert area, Babidi is setting up his base alongside Deborah and his minions. But by pure coincidence, he does so close to where Vegeta and Nappa have been staying. Get lost if you don't want trouble. Nappa commands, but Babidi shoos him away. Get rid of the locals, will you? Pui Pui walks up with confidence, only for Nappa without hesitation to blast him away. I'm not going to ask again. Nappa readies himself. Interesting. Minions, release Yakon. Babidi orders as the green beast is set free from his holding, drooling at the mouth for his prey. He pounces on Nappa only for the Saiyan brute to knock him on the ground with ease. Feeling the difference in power with that hit, the beast started to absorb his ki. Nappa notices this and cranks things up to Super Saiyan, causing Yakon's stomach to expand as his insides glow yellow. Wanting to finish this off, Nappa becomes a Super Saiyan 2, which overwhelms the beast enough for him to throw a Bomber DX inside his mouth, causing him to explode. Both Pui Pui and Yakon have been defeated, but the power this one produced was over 6,000 kilos. Majin Buu is even closer to being revived. Deborah, give them a little push. The Demon King steps up with a smile. You're even stronger than Cell was. This should be a good brawl. And with that statement from Nappa, the two exchange blows. The fight is somewhat even, but Dabura tries tipping the scales with his sword, although he's unable to hit the brute who's quicker than he appears. Seeing an opening, Nappa breaks the sword in two before sending Dabura flying into Babidi's base, followed by a Bomber DX. As the smoke fills the area, Nappa powers down only to be hit by Dabura's spit, the technique slowly turning him to stone. To think, even with Master Babidi's magic, there would be those who match my power. Unfortunately for you, I can't allow someone like yourself to live. Dabura is about to kick Nappa's statue, but is stopped by Vegeta. Fool, you let your guard down. Now I have to clean up your mess. Dabura spits at Vegeta, who dodges with ease. If you think you could beat me as well, you're sorely mistaken. The prince powers up the Super Saiyan 2 and fires a point-blank Big Bang attack that wipes Dabura off the face of the earth. When this happens, Nappa returns to normal. Impossible. My greatest warrior defeated? But I'm so close to reviving Buu. I have no choice. Those two have immense evil in their hearts. This should work. Babidi takes a risk using his magic to try and control Vegeta. This causes the prince's darkest memories to fill his head. The humiliation of losing to Raditz the Runt on Namek. The shame he brought on his race when Kakarot became the first Super Saiyan instead of him. His half-breed son achieving a level beyond the legend. This shouldn't be happening. He should be at the top. He is Vegeta the Fourth, something these low-class warriors need to be reminded of. And with that thought, Vegeta succumbs to the Majin transformation. So this is what the demon was talking about when he mentioned Babidi's magic. Vegeta gets a feel for his increase in power. Impressive. With you, we can gather the energy we need. First things first, kill your friend. Babidi happily points to Nappa, only to be confused moments later when Vegeta doesn't listen. My subordinate here would be a great addition to your cause of reviving Buu. I feel it would be in your best interest to give him the mark as well. A bead of sweat trickles down Babidi's face. What's going on? It's obvious he's under my control, but for some reason, he's not listening. But if he wants to help revive Buu, it's best to just do what he says. For now. With a flick of his wrist, Babidi also gives Nappa the Majin mark. The brute smiles at his increase in power, eager to test it out. What's the plan, Vegeta? I think we should pay Raditz and Kakarot a little visit. And with that exchange of dialogue, the two fly off, not taking long to arrive at the front door of Goku's house. Outside was Gohan and Videl, who's trying to learn how to fly. Gohan notices the two high power levels in front of him clearly had murderous intent. What are you two doing here? Calm down, half-breed. We aren't here for you. Where is your father? Why do you need to know? Gohan gets in a slight fighting stance, but an irritated Nappa fires a ki blast at Videl, who's barely flown out the way thanks to the speed of Super Saiyan Gohan. Mutt, I believe the prince asked you a question. Next time you don't answer, the girl dies. Anger begins swelling up inside of Gohan. Do you really think I'll allow you to harm Videl? That isn't what I wanted to hear. Appearing behind Videl almost instantly, Nappa is ready to strike downward, only to be stopped by the sheer output of power that Gohan releases. Sparks of electricity surround his monstrous yellow aura. Nappa tries to attack once again, but is stopped by Gohan, who's blinded by rage. This brute is in disbelief. He lets out a flurry of blows that are all stopped with no effort by Gohan, who sends him flying with a simple ki blast. Nappa lays on the ground defeated as Babidi looks through the crystal ball in amazement. Incredible. Vegeta, if we take this energy, Buu's revival will be now. That may be the only way to get Kakarot's brat out of the way. Vegeta grips his fist. Nappa, now. Vegeta says as he charges forward with Babidi's energy-grabbing device. Gohan was ready to retaliate, but suddenly his body stopped moving long enough for Nappa to fire a break cannon at his back and grab him from behind while injured. This lets Vegeta slowly take his energy until the team reverts back to base, passing out from the power loss. With that, Nappa and Vegeta fly back to Babidi. As Videl thanks the young boy for saving her life, the Supreme Kai comes for the shadows alongside the rest of the Son family to heal Gohan. My apologies for not coming out sooner. Babidi moved faster than I expected and I couldn't pass up this opportunity. But with your energy, we'll be able to find his lair before Buu is revived, defeating him once and for all. Raditz scowls. To think those two gave in to power just for a rematch. It looks like it was a mistake for us to let them live, brother. Yeah, we'll have to settle things once and for all, Goku adds. I'm coming with you guys. If Buu is as dangerous as Shin says he is, the Earth could be doomed. We're coming too, Goten shouts, but Gohan shakes his head. I need you two to protect Videl while we're away. This is important to me, so I'm counting on you guys. Hearing the sincerity in his voice, Trunks and Goten accept the job as the three adults fly off with Shin and Kibito. It doesn't take long for the trio to arrive in front of Buu's cocoon since Babidi's minions were already defeated by Vegeta. This is it. We can stop him right here and now, Shin happily announces, causing Babidi to get visibly angry. Do whatever it takes to revive Buu. Vegeta accepts the order and gives Babidi the energy needed before he charges up his final flash. Raditz steps forward and counters with the Saturday Crush. The beams explode on impact, and the two charge at each other where the explosion took place. Taking advantage of the confusion, Goku flies up and aids a Kamehameha at Buu's cocoon, only to get a cheap shot landing on him by Nappa. I want to see the look on the runt's face when I kill his brother. Goku wipes the blood from his mouth with a smirk. I'd love to see you try. There's no sign of Deborah. This is our chance to beat Buu once and for all. Shin looks around the area, causing Gohan to give him a nod. He fires a ki blast at the cocoon, but instead of destroying it, it simply cracks open, a pink cloud coming from it. Shin gives a sigh of relief. Looks like your plan has been foiled. Before he could finish that sentence, Fat Buu forms above them, happily dancing around. This causes everyone on the battlefield to look at the monster due to his power being so much higher than everyone else's. What were you saying again, Supreme Kai? Babidi does a victorious laugh. Buu, if you don't mind, go and kill that cocky little bastard. As Buu aims his sight on Shin, Gohan steps in the way and tries fighting the monster, only to be severely overpowered. He wants to help, but Nappa gets in his way with a smile. Your opponent is me. This causes the fight between the two to pick up where they left off. Gohan tries his best to stop Buu, but he's constantly knocked down. But when the monster fires a ki blast at Shin, he doesn't hesitate to jump in front of him. The Supreme Kai had no option except to warp away to his world before it hit them. But Goku didn't realize this since he was distracted fighting Nappa, and all he knows is his son's ki has disappeared. Looks like the half-breed is finally dead. Good riddance, Nappa smirks. But Goku didn't pay attention to his words. His gaze focused on the pink monster, joyfully laughing about what he did. Gohan! Goku screams at the top of his lungs, his ki shooting up so high it splits the clouds above him. He charges towards Buu when Nappa once again tries getting in his way. I told you, Goku doesn't let him finish, unleashing all his power in a single punch that makes Nappa's pupils roll to the back of his head. He wasn't defeated, he was knocked out cold. Goku continues his assault and attacks Buu, giving him more of a challenge than Gohan did. The monster's regeneration barely keeping up with Goku's blinding speed and power, which far surpasses Super Saiyan 3 at this point. The climax of the fight arrives when Goku begins charging his signature technique, the Kamehameha. Babidi freaks out at the attack that was big enough to easily engulf Buu 2 times over. He does the only thing he can think of and warps Buu away to a random part of the world just in time. To think there would be someone strong enough to... Goku wasn't having it today and blasts Babidi away. Then he turns around and gives Vegeta a glare, the prince losing his Majin mark with the defeat of Babidi. Why? Why am I always falling behind? Raditz powers down, not seeing him as a threat anymore, because you still haven't realized the true power of a Saiyan. And in that regard, you're still the same little man who's working under Frieza. What do you mean, true power of a Saiyan? I'm the prince, the pinnacle of our race. Raditz doesn't respond to the comment, simply flying away with his brother. We can bring him back with the Dragon Balls. It shouldn't take long to find him. We just need to get the radar from Bulma. Vegeta looks down in his hand as the two disappear and mutters, "What is it that I'm missing?" While all this is going on, Buu pops up in the Arctic area, fuming, his anger materializing in a cloud of smoke that forms a skinny gray version of himself. The two are arguing on which one would kill Goku until a fight finally breaks out, with the gray Buu winning thanks to him retaining more power during the split. Super Buu is formed with the ability to sense ki and rushes over for his rematch against Goku. He pops up in front of the Saiyan and his brother with a sinister smile before the two could even realize what was happening. A once furious Goku is now too shaken to even move. Buu takes this opportunity to slam him into the ground, making him drop the Dragon Balls he collected. His head then turns towards a frozen Raditz, still smiling, before going after Goku. How? He's almost gotten 10 times stronger in only an hour. Thinking quick on his feet, Raditz grabs his brother mid-assault and instant transmissions himself to the lookout, locking on to Mori's energy. The Namekian is surprised, but there's no time to talk. Raditz rushes an injured Goku into the time chamber, causing their energies to disappear. Luckily, we only used the time chamber once against Cell, unlike Vegeta. Do you think training will be enough to beat this monster? Goku weakly says as he catches his breath. I know you felt it as well. We can take the Super Saiyan transformation even further. Yeah, but what about everyone on Earth? It's obvious that monster is fixated on his rematch against you. Hopefully, this means he won't destroy the planet until he finds you. And with that comment, we switch back over to Buu, who looks around in confusion, wondering where Goku went. It then clicks in his head. He must have been warped away like he was earlier, thinking they are still on Earth. He begins his hunt to chase them down, destroying many cities in the process so he can defeat that spiky-haired punk. Though the two purebloods aren't the only ones getting stronger. Gohan is sitting in front of the old Kai as we speak. When he was transported to the world of the Kais, he was tasked with pulling out the Z-Sword, and thanks to his year of training, he gets a feel for the sword much faster, causing the Supreme Kai to test out the universe's hardest metal much sooner. But upon impact, it snaps, and out comes the old Kai. As thanks for freeing him, he begins unlocking the teen's dormant potential. A day passes, and half the cities have been destroyed. The only reason it's half is because Buu stopped by each town's sweet shop to enjoy the delicacies. Though, during one of his feasts, he sensed an all too familiar ki. He's back. Buu excitedly heads towards the lookout. Coming from the time chamber are Goku and Raditz with tattered clothes. He's already on his way. You only have a minute to finish the job. Raditz reminds his brother with a stern look. I know. That's all I need. You ran away. Were you scared? Buu mocks Goku as he comes to the open area of the lookout. No. I just wanted you to enjoy your last day on Earth. Goku charges up his ki, shaking the entire Earth at once. The surviving people thinking it really is the end of the world. But once everything stopped, Goku stands in front of Buu with long flowing hair. With this power, I'll avenge my son. Though Buu isn't scared, ready to pick up where they left off. The two's fists clash, proving that they are evenly matched, and the battle begins. They pop up all over the world, moving from one place to another, causing destruction in their wake. This happens so fast, not even Raditz could keep up. As the battle draws out, it's obvious Buu is struggling to keep regenerating. Goku notices this and readies a Kamehameha. Though before he can finish the job, his transformation runs out. Damn it! Has it been a minute already? Raditz screams, fearing for the worst. You were fun to fight. Buu heals himself up and charges up a massive pink energy ball that blocks out the sun. But now you die. No, not like this. Raditz powers up the Super Saiyan 2 and fires a Saturday Crush, but the beam doesn't even slow down the attack in the slightest. So he can have a world to return to. I'll push past my limits. Goku does his best, but is only able to muster Super Saiyan before firing his Kamehameha next to his brother, causing the ball to slow down but not by much. We can't hold on for long. Seems you two have forgotten your Saiyan pride. Standing next to them is not only Vegeta, but a barely floating Nappa. The two power up to Super Saiyan 2s and fire their Gallic gun and break cannon together. This causes the ball of energy to stop in its tracks. Vegeta, why are you? If anyone is gonna kill you two traitors, it'll be me and Nappa. Now focus your energies and let's save this pathetic world. Raditz doesn't argue, and with one simultaneous scream, the four use all their strength to push the ball backwards, causing it to leave the earth. Exhausted, they all revert to their bases, but the threat isn't gone. Buu starts chuckling, ready to attack the exhausted warriors again, but his face turns to one of shock when a high power level appears in front of them. But Goku is shocked for another reason, because the person in front of them is none other than Gohan, wearing his gi. And who are you? Buu asks. The one that will destroy you. Answers with an elbow to his stomach, followed by a flurry of blows that Buu is unable to keep up with. Unlike the fight with Goku, this is completely one-sided. Buu is frustrated at this and is ready to blow himself up, but Gohan isn't going to allow it. I promise after seeing my future self, I will also protect my world. For that reason, I'll never forgive you for all the innocents you killed. Gohan fires a Maseko Ha, the images of each stage of his life appearing behind him, firing at the same time, and just like that, Buu was defeated. Gohan turns around with a smile and gives his family a thumbs up, signifying his victory. Now that the threat is gone, the Z Fighters can use the Dragon Balls without worry to wish everyone killed by Buu back to life. Videl runs in to give Gohan a hug, while Goten and Trunks happily stand by her side, keeping their promise of protecting her. Since we did what you said, do you think you could teach us Super Saiyan 2 as well? Goten pleads. Gohan responds with a smile. Of course, you guys should be able to pick it up quick. I wonder what's stronger, Super Saiyan 3 or your new power? Goku nudges his son. I'm sure you'll want to test it out firsthand, Gohan laughs. Guess you guys won't let me slack off even for a second. It'll be a good way to stay in shape, but I won't be holding back. As the Son family enjoys their newfound peace, Vegeta alongside Nappa and Raditz stand on the sidelines. So, what are you two gonna do now? Raditz asks. I'll stay on Earth to one day find this Saiyan power you were speaking of. Until then, you better not die. Vegeta then looks over to his partner. You're free to do as you please. If you expect me to say, I'ma stay right with you, you're wrong. I'm strong enough to take over the remainder of Frieza's empire and give birth to a new Saiyan army, led by yours truly. Raditz tosses Nappa a capsule. Here's an extra gravity ship Bulma made for me. You can use it to get pretty far, but if you ever set your sights on Earth, you'll have to face me. I'll be waiting for our rematch. Nappa waves goodbye as he leaves the planet. And with that, everyone returns to their peaceful lives. But little do they know, the God of Destruction is about to awaken from his slumber. Part 4 is finally done. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope the wait was worth it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you don't want to miss when Part 5 comes out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you all in the next part.